Hello, beautifuls. So, for a lot of my friends starting college or doing summer programs or meeting, just when you're in a situation where you have to meet a big group of people for the first time and, have a good first impression at, new schools or new programs or just anything new. And if you're like me and you're not the most confident person in the world, if you kind of worry about, because for me, I know personally, when I have to go meet a bunch of new people, I kind of freak out. I have this huge, I kind of suffer with anxiety. It just hits me, and I get really nervous, and I just kind of stand around. And, I don't really, I don't put my best foot forward, so people don't get to know me till they actually, come, approach me, and talk to me, which sadly makes me miss out on meeting a lot of really interesting, really great people. And I regret it. So basically what you can do is to overcome that anxiety and to put your best foot forward and meet everyone and be friendly and make a good first impression, is number one, make sure that you look your best. I know that sounds kind of shallow, but when you look your best, to yourself, you tend to automatically feel more confident. Even if you aren't, even if you don't feel like you're the best looking person in the world, when you look good for yourself, and when you know that you've done your hair and you look good, don't overdo it. Don't do things that you've never done before. So if you usually don't wear a lot of makeup, don't randomly slap on a lot of makeup because it won't help you. Or if you usually don't curl your hair, don't do it for the first day. Stick to what you know. So if you have a daily look that you go for every day, just do that, but optimize it. Make sure that you take your best features and, just outline them. If you have an amazingly small waist, wear a dress that shows that, but don't dress slutty. Do not, unless that's your daily style, don't dress slutty. Don't dress too, don't try to impress people and just be yourself. Going on the topic of being yourself, when you're talking to someone, I know being in a new setting is a great time to reinvent yourself, but if you're a sci-fi nerd, stay being a sci-fi nerd. Don't try to be someone else that you're not, because eventually you're not going to like living a lie. It's not fun. Not that I'm living a lie, I'm not, because I'm my regular dorky self on an everyday basis, but just make sure that, you are true to yourself. And that way people can, because people can tell when you're not being true to yourself or when you're being fake. And the last thing you want to be is fake. You just have to represent yourself in the best way possible. And just make sure that no matter what, you're being yourself at its best. The easiest way to meet new people and be good in this kind of circumstance is if you see someone who looks interesting, and by interesting I don't just mean attractive, I mean interesting, someone who you might get along with. So if you see someone with a backpack that you really like, or a shirt with your favorite band, which is actually what happened to me. I saw a guy wearing a Seether shirt and I was like, hey, I love that band, what's your favorite song? The best way to meet people who you might build long-term good relationships with is to look at people who match your your likes and your match your likes and your dislikes, and who just seem like they're similar to you. And wow, that was a really embarrassing choke. Just go for the easiest way to walk up to someone is just if you identify one part of them that you like or you want to comment on, just go and do it. Don't be mean. If you have something to say, don't just make sure it's nice. If you have something bad that you think of someone, just don't bring it up. That's another point. If you're meeting new people, don't automatically talk badly about other people, because what that does is automatically puts you out as a pretty pessimistic, a bad, someone who someone might not want to be around, because if you're already talking badly about someone else, they'll probably think that you're going to do the same thing about them. Try to be optimistic and positive. That doesn't mean, oh my god, I love the world. No. Unless you do love the world. Just don't be a downer. Don't be a Debbie Downer. The last point you have to know about, meeting a huge group of people is, if you're at a school, if you're, at a new school or at a new college or something, sign up for activities. The best way to meet people who are like you is joining clubs that you like. Like, I know that I've met some of the greatest people at MUNs, like Model United Nations, or at choir, or at soccer that I never would have met before because our groups just like are, you know, how everyone has groups. Our groups would have not crossed over unless I met them at the clubs. And they're the greatest people who I still talk to every day, even if I've known them for like 7 or 8 years. And our groups never hang out. And like, the best way to meet people who seem like you is don't. And for example, if you're gonna join a club and it's not exactly seen as cool, don't let that define you. Do not let like the idea of what's cool or what's like acceptable compared to what's not acceptable like influence your choices because you're gonna miss out on stuff that you enjoy. Like if I didn't join some of the clubs that I joined just because they're not as cool as other clubs, I would have missed out on so much. Learning about public affairs, debating, singing, playing sport, talking to people who may not, I mean, even robotics. Like you're gonna miss out on those crucial like relationships. Anyway, sorry for rambling for so long, and good luck with meeting new people.